Hi everybody, it's Amy Graham, the Badass Valkyrie, and I wanted to take you through my Hobonichi Cousin Avec and show you a couple of changes that I have done. I am still using the bulletproof method in my Cousin Avec from Hobonichi, and this is in a Chic Sparrow A5 folio in the leather prints. It's an Outlander leather and it's a purple color and it's called Prince. And this is a folio and I love it. So, this is my Wonderland222 planner, and I'll go into that in just a second. But this is my Cousin Avec, and it's 6 months in one book, and I just kind of wanted to give you an overview. This, as I said, I'm using the bullet journal method in my Hobonichi. I'm not using it in an actual bullet journal, but I'm using the same methods in this book, and I will explain to you how I'm doing that. This is my future log, and so I put in all my dates, and in the beginning of the book it gives you from January to June, and then from July to December. Now the July to December will also be in the second book, and then it will include also from January to June in 2021. But each book does have a full 12 months that you can use as far as future planning. And then you get into the monthly view. And for those of you who have followed me for a while, you know that I do not start my Hobonichis early. The December, even though the 2020 book has December in it, I prefer to keep a year at a time, all of the entire year in the two books that it is existing in. So like all of 2019 is in the 2019 books. So even though I knew that I could jump in December, I didn't want to do that. But this is January so far. And this is where, when you're using the bullet journal, you have that one page where you have like one line a day, and you number it from 1 to 31, and you just put in anything during that day. That's what this is here. And I use the boxes like a line, basically. And I put my monthly tasks on this side, anything that I want to get done during the month. And I am tracking my mileage here when I walk or run. And then I will use stickers for holidays like New Year's and the Lunar New Year. So that is what I put in my monthly view. And this is one that, excuse me, that I have, dates going forward. And so these are the Coffee Monsters Co. Yearly stickers, holiday stickers. And so I just put in what I have and go from there. There's not a lot of decorating, but through the months, at times I will add some decoration. And then we get to the weekly view. And this is my schedule. It lays open on my desk at work or at home, and it is just my schedule. And so I usually wake up between 5:30 and 8, depending on the day. And then I'm usually in bed by 10:30 or 11. So here I put my weekly tasks, and up here typically I put when I wake up, and then sometimes I'll write down, if I don't have time to like go in and figure out where I'm going to put my mileage, it may get put up here, or it may get put on the day, on the daily view. It just kind of depends. But this is how December, well, these 2 days are December, but this is how January has looked so far. And there are a couple of days that this was a Friday and a Saturday, and for some reason or another, either I had an event or something, or I just wasn't feeling it. And sometimes I might go back and add something in here, but obviously I didn't for these 2 days, and that's okay. This is my life book, and I would much rather it be a good representation of what my life was like. And obviously on those 2 days, I was too busy to do that, and say, or I didn't feel like it. And that's a possibility as well. We will see in my dailies if I put something in there, because sometimes I will pull something from my daily if I didn't put anything here. And then these are the weekly tasks. This was the 3rd week in January. Obviously, I was writing a lot more down, getting my tasks going, all of that. And this was last week. So this was a paid day off. And a lot of times when I have vacation days or something, I don't necessarily put everything in there because I'm on the go doing errands and that sort of thing. Typically, my Saturdays and Sundays may be a little lighter than my weekdays. It just depends. So then we are current on this day, and this is today. And these are the weekly tasks for this week. And I'm trying to add my daily focuses here as far as what I want to focus on for this week. Now, the biggest change has been in my daily view. And we will go ahead and I will show that here you in a moment. This is where I've tracked my goals so far. I've got 13. I actually have a couple more. I just haven't written them in here. This is where I will do, I had written this in for my quarterly review, but I'm actually going to do that quarterly review in my Wonderland222 planner, and I'll show you that in a minute because they kind of work in conjunction. But this is my January goals. I actually got, I've gotten 3 goals taken off or done so far. I made an extra payment to my American Express. I've added $100 to savings, and I made the announcement for the Finding 52 news Facebook group. And I've been doing weekly assignments, but I don't want to, or focuses, but I don't want to check that off until the end of the month. Not quite finished with my study organization. I have not started a wool project, which I'm not sure if I will have the time or not to do that this week. We'll see. And then keeping track of my stationery spending, I will actually do a monthly view of that. So we will have that. I will tell you, it has been very, very small. So, but this is January 1st, and I will just kind of flip through. Some days there was a lot, some days there wasn't, and that's okay. What I had found was that I wasn't putting a lot, for some reason or another. I was enamored with my new Hobonichi weeks, mega weeks, the sneakers, and I was kind of paying more attention to that. But in all reality, January is a very hard month for me because I'm always trying to tweak things and make things better and figure out my goals and do this and do that, and it is overwhelming at times. On top of that, I was still recovering, and I also knew that my ablation was coming up, and so see, the 10th and the 11th, not a lot got put in there. I believe that was because I was working on, well, I don't know. I can't tell you, evidently. But I did get some more put in here, and some notes and stuff for this week. And I did my review. And then, on the 18th, I didn't put anything. Again, that's a Saturday, and not surprising. But I will say that typically January is a lot lighter because I'm not in all of my habits, or I'm focusing on other habits, other places. And that's okay. It doesn't bother me that there are blank pages. Honestly, it really does not. I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, I'm wasting that page. Oh my gosh, how can I live with having a page that's blank? I'm like, I'll show you how I live with it. Boop, right there. Doesn't bother me in the least. So, and if I ever needed a place to write notes, I would just go and put notes and just write them there. It wouldn't bother me at all. But here is where the change has happened. So on the 22nd, which was last Wednesday when I got my neck ablation, I ended my last blue insert. This insert has gone by the wayside. I love this insert, but what I found was I was having trouble and for whatever reason, this month, it has kind of just been like, such a chore. And work has like really ratcheted up as far as being, having a lot to get done. And so it's been hard going in and drawing all this in and figuring it all out, and to the point where I wasn't even putting stickers. And at the end, in the end, I wasn't even like using the circle anymore. So what I've done is the information that was in here, I started putting here. Now, a long time ago, I put this all here anyway. I actually put it, I blocked off at midnight and just wrote it all there. But what I found is that if I go in the morning and put it here on my daily, then I'm actually using my dailies a lot more than I typically was. And so I'm going to keep it like this for a little while. This was my last insert that I had from Yellow Paper House, and I love the insert. It's just I need to streamline for a little while. And I'm wanting to get a much thinner profile cover for my sneaker weeks. And I have one of those coming from Speckle Fawns. It's one of their chatelaines, and I'm very excited for that. I have not gotten my notification, but I know that they're working on the day that I ordered it, so that should be coming shortly. So hopefully when that gets here, I'm actually just going to have my sneaker weeks in that, and that's it. So I'm weeding down all of my inserts that I usually carry in my personal right now, just to change things up a little bit. But this is where I'm putting all of that information. And so it's when I go to bed, how many hours I actually was in bed, and then what my Aura Ring tells me. Like for last night, I went to bed at 11:53, and I got up at 5:30 this morning. So I had 5 hours and 37 minutes in bed, and I actually slept 5 hours and 13 minutes of that 5 hours and 37 minutes. So that left my my restfulness score of 66. My sleep score was 71, and my activity goal is 200, and I'm well over that right now. As far as my steps go, I'll show you in the app. Yeah, my readiness is 66. My sleep score was 71, and my activity goal is just 200, but I've gone above that, and it's at 392 right now, so that's good. Yesterday, my readiness was 65. I slept 6 hours and 55 minutes. Out of 8 hours and 27 minutes, I was in bed, and I had 200. My activity goal was 200 minutes or calories, but I did 590. So that's where I'm writing that information, is right here. And then I'll put my usually what time I wake up, and then my mileage there. But as you can see here, I did that. And but it kind of just depends on where I'm at and where I write that. So as long as it's in one place, I can usually find it. But that's how I'm kind of changing this up a little bit and removing this. Even though I will tell you right now, as of today, which is Monday, the 27th of January, until Wednesday, Yellow Paper House is having a 25% off sale on their inserts. And I love their inserts. And I was this close to ordering more, but then I was like, you know, I had some of these in the pocket size, and if I find that I need to have this again, then I can use the pocket ones for a while, and then I'll order the new ones. But right now, I want to try to put it all in my Hobonichi Cousin Avec. It just feels more at home for me right now, and I would rather have it all in one book. So that's how I am changing this up a little bit. Like I said, I'm still journaling in here. I'm still writing things in my to-do list and all of that. Now, the one thing that is not in my Hobonichi, and that is my daily goal and my daily gratitude, is now in the Wonder Planner. And this is my routine tracker. And I had this in another insert that I took out a while back when I got this planner and put it in here. Hello, Tier. I didn't know you came in. Huh. Little sneaky sneak. So I'll be using this, and this is an actual whole year planner. And it's the size of a Cousin Avec, but it doesn't have daily pages in it. It does have pages in the back, I believe like 60 pages, but I'm using those for notes. So, as always, gotta have my Death Wish sticker in each planner. So here is where I will be using I'll be doing the quarterly review. So I'll put them here. I just will, I'll review January, I'll review February, and I'll review March. And then have all of that in there per month. And then those are the trackers. And then this is how I'm using this. Now it took me a minute to kind of figure out how I was going to do this. And so this was the 17th. And it puts in, you know, some of my media tracking and all of that. But last week is how I really figured out how I wanted to use this. And I will be putting some main things that I need to get done or want to get done. And then at the bottom here is where I'm putting my gratitude for the day. And then I'll note when I'm when I have breakfast in the morning and what my glucose reading was, or if I have surgery or whatnot. Right now I'm just doing my glucose readings in the morning. So, and I haven't had a day that I've been high, so I don't know how much longer I'm doing the readings, but I want to try to do it at least the first quarter just to see if there's any changes. But and then I'll review January, and then I'll as an overall month, and then I'll set up February here this weekend. But and this was today. So I had yoga class, and some of this might be a little bit redundant, but it just depends on where I have it opened and if I just remember to write it. But if I can have everything in here other than my on-the-go sneaker weeks and then my self-care weeks, then that's perfect for me. But that's how I am changing things up a little bit in my Hobonichi Cousin Avec and incorporating a couple of inserts back in here that I had originally broken out for various reasons. And I could again at some point this year, but right now this makes more sense to me. So that's how I'm doing it. And I just kind of wanted to give you guys an update. I also wanted to let you know that I am still trying to gel my schedule with, hello, Tier, with my cat, evidently, because he likes to make an appearance every now and again. But I'm trying to get my schedule to where I'm doing, Tier, little Buddha, you're making Mama crazy. Stop it. Go on. Come here. You got to go down. Go. I'm trying to get my schedule more set again. Before I was doing either Sunday or Monday posts and then Thursday or Friday posts. What I'm going to try to do is post for the Finding 52 group on Sundays, or at least film on Sundays, get it posted first thing Monday morning, and then do Wednesday and either Friday or Saturday for my 2 regular videos. And so it's taken me a hot minute to just kind of figure out how it's going to work. And with my schedule getting so crazy at work, because I've got, in the next 45 days, I have 10 different events that I am coordinating, hosting, and trying to not kill people over. So I'm like, ugh! And then in March, I'm going away for a week, and then it all starts again. So just bear with me, y'all. I am trying to get back to a regular schedule, but I promise it will get there. And hopefully it'll be Monday, Wednesday, and either Friday or Saturday. So Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So those 2 days, it'll kind of be hit and miss when I can get it uploaded. Like today, I have filmed it. I am filming this right now on Monday night, but it is 10:11. supposed to be in bed by 10:30. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. So I will get this started to upload before I go to bed, and then I'll post it tomorrow morning. So anyway, there you have it. Also coming towards the end of the week, my Wednesday and Friday videos will be as a guest planner for Cocoa Daisy, and I will start showing you what I'm going to be doing for the month of February using the Cocoa Daisy kit, but also using all of my planners as they are. But I'm also going to be doing a couple of special things. One, I am using my A5 rings. I made that decision, and it is going to be a memory keeping book for my little girl Saki, my 14-year-old Yorkie. And every day that we have her is a gift. And we know that that is that our time is growing very short with her. And I want to make a memory book for her. Also, and we'll just stop there so Amy doesn't break into crying. Also, on February 29th is my husband and I's leap anniversary. And my husband proposed to me on February 29th in 1996. And so this is our 6th leap year anniversary. And so I will be documenting that as well, or building up to that, in my February memory keeping dory. And I use the standard size dory for that. But I'm also going to be incorporating a lot of the stickers and things like that into my Hobonichi, but especially into my Hobonichi weeks. And you guys will see just how insane I go for pink and hearts and all of that in February. I kind of kept it a little bit out of everything last year because I had it all contained in a tiny little pocket rings. This year, it's all just getting released because I love it. I love the whole kit. I love the memory keeping aspect of it that I'm going to be doing, and it's our 6th leap anniversary, and we haven't really celebrated that before. We've gone out to dinner or something, but I kind of want to do something special, and I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do. And then also, for Saki, I want to make sure it is as cute and sweet and everything that she is, so that when I look back on it, it'll be a happy memory. So that's what's coming. And thank you guys for bearing with me here as far as I can work out my schedule. But as always, spend the rest of your life celebrating, and because it's worth every moment. And I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.